Hi, it's Sarah Purcell again to talk to you about taking your shoulders from tight to strong. So last month we talked about using external rotation and some various cues and exercises to get the tension out of your neck and shoulder girdle up here and get more activation down here so that we're supporting the muscles so that our upper traps can take a little holiday, and that's a good thing. Well, sometimes just those few cues don't really do enough to make us feel like we can be there with strength, that we can make that change and be strong in that position. So I'm going to give you one more little tip that will help bring you over the hump. So that bring you over the hump tip is the armpits of power. And let's start with your arms out in front like zombie arms, and we'll just experience what that feels like. So if I've got my arms here, palms are facing down, and I externally rotate my hands, my elbow pits, and up at my shoulders, I can feel a little invigorating change happening in my armpit. I know it feels kind of subtle, but let's say we take our right hand and put it in our left armpit, and we do the same thing all over again. So one zombie arm, and now I'm turning everything over, and the divot has gotten deeper. Regardless of the amount of flesh you've got there, I think you can probably feel that divot getting just any little bit deeper. Well, we can supercharge that armpit of power with some other images that'll really help us turn it on. So the first one is an ice cream scoop. So it's going to be on our elbows. Our hands are out in front. We're in a little bit of a zombie arm again. I'm going to bend my elbows a little bit. And now I'm going to take those elbows like ice cream scoops and use that to help me turn and then straighten my arms. So now I've got a little more active under my armpits. I can really feel it. Next thing I'm going to layer on is, let's imagine there's a clutch purse right under each pit. So holding on to that clutch purse, can I start to lift my arms up? I'm keeping the boundary of keeping my ribs in my body. I'm not going to flare them. I'm not going to bring my shoulders up. And I keep breathing. And right about here, I feel like I'm losing that feeling of the armpit of power. So I'm coming back down. We're going to do that again. We're going to get our little zombie arms, little bend in the elbow. I'm going to ice cream scoop. I'm going to hold on to two clutch purses. And then I'm going to start coming up, 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 moving to a point where I feel like, oh, I've still got hold of those clutch purses. Whoa, that's a lot of work. I'm holding and I'm starting to shake. This is work. My ribs are not up. This is work. And then I'm going to come back down. We'll do that one more time. Arms out here, scoop, and coming up, 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 up. I'm thinking about that clutch purse, both clutch purses. I'm going to hold. I'm shaking. And then I'm coming back down. Good. Now we're going to amp that up another level with a block. I'm putting a block in between my forearms. I sort of rested against my tummy. So I'm already in external rotation here. I'm going to imagine that I did that, like that sound effect. I love sound effects. And I feel that ice cream scoop worked, even though I didn't do it that way. I really squeezed my elbows into the block. Now I'm imagining those clutch purses. You're going to lose sight of my face as I start bringing the block up. I'm just going to go as high as I can go without losing the tension. As you can see, whoa, this is hard. I'm coming back down. As you can see, I did not get my arms all the way straight. I could try that, feel that elbows engage, straighten my arms out a little bit more. I think this makes it more difficult. I'm reaching through my fingertips, reaching, but holding onto the clutch purse. Ooh, this time I did get a little further, but I think that was the reaching that helped. So play with it, experiment with it. This is a really good tool. The next thing we're going to do is move to your baby push-up. So now we're going to do the baby push-up at the wall. I'm standing far enough away from the wall, depending on the length of your arms, so that your arms can be straight. But we don't want to tiptoe walk our way out and be way out here with a lot of weight bearing or increasing our weight bearing. We're just going to be comfortably standing here. And I'm pushing into the palms of my hands, and my shoulder blades are nice and broad on my back. So I don't have a lazy stance where my shoulder blades collapse or my shoulders go up. I'm pushing actively through the palms of my hands. I'm going to bend my elbows out to the side, creating that ice cream scoop. Scoop it in. As I straighten, I really feel the strength in my armpit. I'm going to grab those clutch purses as I keep my shoulder blades wide on my back, and then start to bend my elbows without changing my spine. And then push my way through, trying to feel all of my hand on the wall. And I can do any number of these to just experience the strength and power in my armpits, and hopefully that's a much easier push-up than before. We can do it on the ground too. So I'll show you here. I've got my chin tucked in so the back of my head is long. I'm going to create that armpit of power again. So I'm going to show you that one more time. Pushing through my palms, shoulder blades wide, bend and scoop the ice cream scoop. Hold the clutch purse in my armpit, and then bend. So my spine is staying totally straight. My elbows are not winging back out to the side. We've now got that armpit of power, and we're really holding on to that armpit of power. So now we move on to the most exciting part, or at least in my mind it is, because we're advancing you to a little bit of hanging. So you probably have heard or read that hanging is really good for your grip strength and great for your shoulders. But if they're not ready, it's not good for you. So let's just think about what it might look like. And this could be your entire hanging repertoire. It doesn't have to get any bigger than that. So I'm just going to show you that when I grab, I'm going to be like that. But I'm going to start out with my palm up, just so I can think about my armpit of power. So I'm externally rotating, I'm creating an armpit of power. I am going to let my hand turn back, but I didn't change anything here in my armpit. And now I'm going to allow for that lazy shoulder. So I just disconnect a little bit. Yes, my hip moves out to the side, but not a lot. I'm not doing this. I'm not crunching in my waist. Again, let's stand up. I'm here. I'm going to put it over here now. Got my armpit of power. I'm going to let my hand twist a little bit, or rotate a little bit so I can grab the wall. And then I'm just going to get really lazy. And then I'm going to re-energize my armpit of power, and then get lazy. And then re-energize the armpit of power and get lazy. So I'm not trying to do a hip thrust. I'm really just playing with the strength that I can create right here in my armpit. So hopefully that makes sense to you and you can have fun with it. What is going to happen is you are going to find strength in more ranges of motion. So by doing these exercises, you'll have more strength lifting overhead to do tasks like putting luggage in the bin. And you'll also have more strength grabbing and pulling and being able to use your shoulder blades the way you want to. And yes, maybe one day with the grandchildren hanging on a monkey bar. Who knows? Have fun and let me know how it goes.